Hello again, this is Matti, and I thought that this time I could show you a little bit about this old amp here. This is a Marshall JTM30 that I had for I think about 20 years, and I still have the manual. This is the first all valve amplifier that I've owned. Don't know if it's strictly all valve, but close enough for jazz, I guess. And let's put this thing on and have a listen how it sounds. Let's start with a clean tone. Okay, so wow, no reverb or anything. This amp actually does have a reverb, but it's breaking down a couple of times, and I got kind of sick of getting it fixed because it seemed that it couldn't handle the transportation. I was moving this a lot through some of the gigs that I did back in the early 2000s, and seems that it was okay without it. The sound guy put some reverb from the desk. Might be that I add something in the post. For the time being, I can kind of make life a little bit easier by adding some delay, some light delay. So okay, that's the clean tone. Let's see what else can it do. So from the manual I can see some recommendations that the manufacturer has made for getting some of the different sounds out of it. I thought that it would be pretty funny to actually try some of these things. So they have three kind of advice settings, and first of them is the clean channel. So make sure you select the normal channel on the JTM30. Seems so. It's indicated by the green LED. Yeah. And I have the foot switch set up also. The strength and height of your pickups will have a great influence on the level. Okay, generally speaking, the volume control should be below halfway for totally clean sound. Yeah, I kind of had to do it. This has a master volume, so let me demonstrate. Like this is the clean tone. And this is the drive channel at max. Yeah, so without me lowering the gain, it would be totally out of balance. Yeah. Okay, so that's the clean tone and some overdriven tones. So let's move on a little bit to the vintage overdrive, the next one. Switch to the boost channel. Check. Red LED. I see red there. You'll probably find that gain settings around 5 or 6 are quite adequate. Let's see. 6. It's not talking about 6 o'clock, I think 5 or 6. I have it about halfway there. Key, however, is to increase the master volume level. And they're basically saying that the old ones didn't have preamp gain and should be cranked to have the Marshall overdrive roar. I'm not gonna go there. Even though I'm living in a house, I don't wanna damage my ears or anything. Okay, it says also that alternatively the clean channel with its volume on maximum gives a very satisfying vintage style overdrive. I guess it does. I've tried it sometimes, it's pretty harsh. This is a lot of headroom in the clean channel, actually. Tone settings, start with the tone control, set about 5 and then adjust the taste to 5. Yeah. Okay. I'm using the bridge pickup here, so. Does it sound a little harsh to you? At least it does to me. So I do things a little bit differently. I know I'm not exactly sure where I learned this way to set up it, but I've come across the same advice a couple of times, and that the idea here is that not to start from halfway, but to actually put everything to 0. And we can tell that we are getting some sound out of it, so it isn't completely getting rid of everything. And now you can go about this a couple of ways. The way that I have been taught this is that put your neck pickup on and start gently lifting the bass control until you can see the bass or actually hear the bass kicking in. So let's try that. I can hear it kicking in already now, and it's at 9 o'clock, so really low. This is a bit bass heavy amp, surprisingly bassy. I guess also because it's on the floor now. And the next, you put it in the middle position, and then you do the same with the mids. Okay, I hear them kicking in now. And finally, the treble pickup, and do the same on the highs. They're kicking in. So the bass is in 9 o'clock, mids 9 o'clock, treble at I wanna say 10 o'clock. So quite low actually, and this is a smoother tone now. couple of problems here. Naturally, this can be quite pleasant in a situation like this where the amp is pretty low volume and I'm playing on my own here. It might be that it doesn't cut it in a mix. So in that eventuality, you basically kind of just roll up the mix. So gets a little bit honky, yeah, honk honk, but that honk is gonna cut through and give it more bite. So that is the vintage overdrive setting, and the idea in this amp has, I guess it was that you could have something like a vintage style, but you could also dial in some metal tones, and that intrigued me, especially when I was young. Let's see what it says, what you should do. Okay, switch to the boost channel. We're in the boost channel already. Turn the gain up to full. Yeah, let's do that. Gain is to full. I'm picking up a little bit of hiss. It might be safest if I put the channel volume a little bit lower in the beginning, so that we don't damage our ears. Set the volume for the desired level. Yeah, so nasty. Let's say what more. It says here, tone controls are set to taste, though probably with the middle control lower. It says lower than the bass and treble controls, and I guess they're going with the smiley face thing. Let's give that a shot. I'm gonna put the bass way up high, treble in the 12 o'clock position, and the mids I'm gonna try and do a smiley face, like mid scoop. Okay, bass to full, treble. Let's put it first to 10 o'clock. That's much better than I remembered. Much better than I remembered. I was always kind of feeling that this amp doesn't give everything. It doesn't bark. It has a too soft voice. But I've come to the conclusion that up until a couple of years ago, I was living in an apartment and I couldn't bring the volume at these levels, and it probably just didn't start breathing properly at that point. Let's put the mids, let's scoop the mids a little, even more. Let's put it to 0. Let's see what comes. Let's put the highs even a little higher. Okay, that's not working. Let's put it back. Yeah, surprisingly good. So this carried me through all of my playing back in the day when I was playing, like in the last video I explained, I was playing some Immortal covers, I was playing Fake No More stuff, Southern rock. It did it all, and it's much better than I remember. Let me just make some small adjustments and put it maybe a little little to my taste, to my current taste, let's say. So I'm gonna, yeah. How's the clean sound now? So I hope I haven't been clipping the mic, because I haven't been paying attention, like at all. At all. How does it take pedals? Let's check this one out. So, classic boost. Overdrive. Need a little bit more mids, a little bit more highs for this one. Seems a little bit, let's say, too like under a blanket or something. Okay, that's too much. Too much. Bring it back. It's not working out as well as the drive from the amp itself, I think. it takes some tuning or dialing in. I'm not sure what to do. Let's that's it for a while and try some distortion. Wow, that's harsh. Without the reverb, that's right terrible. Um, Even a harder distortion pedal. Bending the neck on a Les Paul seems kind of wrong. Well, it works. It works if you're brave enough to do it. I don't like that too much. So, to me, it seems that this amp is much better working with its own terms. Not many pedals. Let's put the overdrive or the what's it called again? Well, the boost channel. And let's try boosting that. Without the boost, with the boost. I'm digging that I'm digging that much more. Let's put the super overdrive. Let's go full blast. bumpy. Yeah. So I guess that's about it. So to wrap things up, I was kind of unsatisfied with this amp, but it seems that you have to crank it a little bit to give it some room to breathe. It seems that it's working better when it's sitting on the floor than when it's on a riser. It loses some of the bassiness and it starts to get a little thin. What else? You cannot use it like you would use another amp like my other Marshall. It doesn't take pedals in the same way. It seems that the gain channel works much better with the pedals actually, but like more like they're coloring the amp's own gain instead of being the actual source of the gain. That's about it. I hope you liked this video, and let's see if I can figure out anything else to talk about with you. And everyone who has watched this long, thanks again for watching, and maybe see you next time.